So I'd love to hear a bit more about how the bridge helped you throughout your journey to kind of housing stability. What was life like then, and what was the situation that you were in?
It wasn't very good, put it that way. I was living in a car. I had a relationship breakdown, and it just broke down. So I ended up in the car. That's where I was. I had nowhere else to go. I'd lived in the car for about 2 months, and realised one day that I thought to myself, it's not going to get any better if I don't do anything about it. So the first step is realisation. So I went to a place in Market Harbour, I think it's called Beacon Care, and they contacted Harbour District Council, which the bridge worked with, and said, we need to send an outreach team to see where you are, So they did. And I heard the next morning at about 5 to 7, the tap on the window of the car, and it's these 2 girls, and really, really cheerful girls, really like, oh, look at this is nice to have somebody that's, that's patient and helpful. So they took me up to the council, got me set up with universal credit, because I needed help really, really bad. Can you hear my voice again? I might get emotional.
That's all right. You can take your time.
Such a bad time in my life.
Yeah.
The council put me up in a hotel for a couple of nights when it was really cold. That's around Christmas time. And they came to a couple of meetings with me at university because I was in a mess. I couldn't speak.
Yeah.
I just kept my head down.
So did you find it quite useful to have their input and kind of advocate for you?
Absolutely.
In that way? Yeah.
Absolutely. And then obviously the girls from the bridge found me in the car, got me sorted out with a job centre, and before I knew it, I've got another charity in Leicester called One Roof. They sorted me a small room out in Grove, and then I can't quite remember how it happened, but I know one of the girls from the bridge must have rang me and said, we've got you somewhere, we've got you a flat.
Yeah.
Like, wow, just like that, Weren't as easy as that, but it was, it just sort of wasn't then. I got my own place, sort of overnight. Yeah. And then the support from Katie Hardy, who works with them, phenomenal. I did vouchers, I got gifted a fridge freezer, I got gifted a washing machine, a cooker. It's just like, whoa. It completely changed my outlook on everything. I mean, when I was living in my car, I thought there was nowhere else. That was it. I thought that I'd come to the end. But with that little bit of help.
Yeah. And so now, and you're kind of, rebuilding life in the future. What kind of other steps have you taken since then? Are you back in work, or are you?
I've just literally, yesterday, I've just come off universal credit on my own again, back self-employed. All from just looking at the steering wheel, and that's all I had. To my own flat, and now I'm moving forward, and I honestly couldn't have done it without the bridge, and I mean that. Well, I didn't know at the time that you could, like I said earlier, that you could reach out, and a lot of pride. It takes a lot of you have to be really brave to ask for help.
As you said, it's that moment of, I think you said realisation. Of kind of, accepting that. Okay.
I think you've got to go through a little bit to realise.
Yeah.
As much as people will say to you, look, you need help, why don't you go to see, I don't know, the council or whoever, and you think, well, nobody's going to help me because I only live in a car, and I'm just a menial living in a car. And then you think, you're not right. So then you take that step, and that's the biggest thing. I reckon that advice to anyone is don't torture yourself because it can become a really dark place.
Yeah.
But you've got to ask around, you've got to swallow your pride. Don't matter if you drive a Rolls Royce and live in a 20-bed mansion. It doesn't matter who you are. You need to ask for help if you need it, and it's there.